All right, welcome back to the Journey of the Abandoned House. This is episode 11. In this episode, we're going to talk about the back wall we've been working on. We have a point load issue in the main living space that was caused by someone a long time ago. I'm hoping they just didn't know what the repercussions of their actions were. And we did a little bit of ceiling demolition. And we also had a day we played hooky. We'll get to that. You may want to stay tuned to the end of the video for that one. But yeah, let's go ahead and go inside and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so right below this set of studs right here, the floor, when I purchased the property, dove right here. And this past week we went ahead and we fixed the problem, and we've identified the root cause of it all, and we'll show you that right here. All right, let me show you what's going on here. Underneath this post, the floors in both these rooms were dipping right towards the post. Right where Nick is kind of a high point. There's a high point off to his right, and so I put my level on the far high point and brought it over. When we measure off the tip of the level, we get an inch and 13/16. What has happened is there's a large beam right above the stone foundation, which is what you should have, running across the top of this stone wall. But they can't have beams the length of this building. So they put what's called a scarf joint in to join two beams together to make them long enough to span the whole distance. Someone in their infinite wisdom way back when decided to put a window directly underneath this post in the stone foundation, which means they pulled all the stone out. Right where that scarf joint is, put a little timber window frame in, and this post has been pushing on that ever since then. It's a real testament to the wood that's the beams are made out of, because they're taking it. They haven't broken, they haven't deteriorated in any way, they've just bent. So I'll go downstairs and I'll show you what I mean down there and what we're gonna do to fix it. All right, let me show you underneath here what we're talking about. As you can see, I'm in a big window opening. And what they've done is this window opening is directly beneath this scarf joint right here. Now, if you're interested to know how to make a scarf joint or what a scarf joint is, there's a great channel out there called Robin Clevitt. Check him out, and he goes in really big detail on what these joints are and how to make them. He's really good at it. But anyway, so we have the post, it's right there, directly above the joint. That's a big no-no. You don't want to put too much pressure on these joints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole, or even, I'll probably take this whole thing apart, put a little jack in here, and I'm going to jack this all the way up until I get it back to level again upstairs. And then I'll reframe this so they can support this weight. Now the good news is the timber frame that I'm creating to go upstairs will actually land back on the foundation wall. So this little exercise isn't really needed for the structure, but it will be needed to level the floors back out so we have a nice clean surface again. If you got any questions, let me know. laundry room. The space that I'm in over here will be the back bedroom, is what we're calling it anyway. And above it, the ceiling had a bunch of old lumber that didn't make any sense. We're not really sure why it was there. We went ahead and ripped all that down to try to create an even plane for our sheetrock to hit. And then over here, we had a bunch of the rafters, I should say joists in this case, were not complete. And we don't know why that happened, but when we go to remove this wall, as you can see is missing, we had to re-support and transfer that load over to the exterior wall where it belongs. And we did that by replacing this main section in the middle here and then joining out to the end. And then this one got sistered. This one here is a really cool trick on how to get that center ply out. And I missed an opportunity to film it for you guys. I'm trying to get better at this whole thing, and I'll get it to you next time. But yeah, so we got this all set, and now we can go down to the basement. I'll show you the backyard. So one of the most important things to have when you have a job site this big is having shop space. Somewhere where we can work, set up our tools, leave them set up, and lock it up at the end of the day. And we've been slowly but surely developing this space. And let me tell you, after putting these windows in, what a drastic difference the space feels, not only for shop space, but what the future homeowner is going to be able to enjoy when this place is finished. Let's show you. As you can see, we really utilized this wall and put in as many windows as we possibly could, and it just brightens the space up and makes it feel so much more inviting. And the entire time I've owned this property, I've had the hardest vision in this space. Everything else just makes sense. And so I knew I wanted to brighten it up. I knew I wanted to put some windows in. The best view from the property is off this back side of the house. So that's what we did. We put the windows in, and man, what a difference. And so far, we were able to get the siding up into about halfway up the double hung windows. And we did the frost board at the top. We did the corner boards on the outer edges, and Tyvek'd the whole upper section and repaired all the sheathing and removed the old siding. So if we can get some warm enough days to be outside, we're going to get this back wall finished up and then move on to the next one. So I had a comment the other day, I believe it was from DSG Label. This fella asked what my projections were for this project. With the current costs of everything just going up and up, it's even really hard for me to project what's going to happen. Every time I go to the lumber yard, there's price changes. Every time I talk to a spray foamer, his price changes. Sheetrock costs, they have gone way up. So I'm not 100% sure. My guesstimate right now is I'll be in the mid 200s to upper 200s to get this thing finished. When we get to the end of the project, I have a detailed spreadsheet running on this project, and I will go through all the finished numbers with you guys to show you what it takes to do a job like this. So DSG, thanks for the comment, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future. All right, to all the rest of you, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you have a moment, hit that subscribe button. Till then, see you later. Hi, Al.
Hi, Dad.
Who is that over there?
Buffalo.
And what did I do with Buffalo this morning?
Make a bigger sledding hill.
And what are we about to do?
Go for it.
Down the?
Sledding hill.
And how far are we going to go?
I think really far.
What's the name of the trail we're going to try to get to? That's behind the chicken coop.
Laser Ballet.
Yeah. All right, let's go for a rip.
to Lady Slipper Lane. Oh, try. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Whoa! There's no horsey pulling this.